If you've been walking with Christ for 20, 30, maybe 40 years, and you still feel tired on the inside, I want you to know something. That exhaustion doesn't mean your faith is failing. It might mean the very opposite. I'm a professional Christian coach, and I've worked with women who have served faithfully for decades. And what I've learned is this: the ones who are the most exhausted are often the ones who've been carrying the most for the longest and with the least support. This video is for you. My name is Grace, and I work with believers who love God but still find themselves exhausted, anxious, or stuck on the inside. I've been a Christian since I was 10. For most of my life, I was the one who said yes to everything. If there was a need at church, I filled it. If someone needed help, I was there. When I joined an international church in Korea, I filled out the membership form and checked almost every service area, which surprised even the pastor. I thought that was faithfulness. I thought that was what spiritual maturity looked like. But on the inside, I was running on fumes, and I didn't even know it. Does any of that sound familiar? Maybe you've been the reliable one, the strong one, the one who holds things together for your family, your church, your community. And maybe quietly, you've been wondering why you still feel so heavy. When my second burnout hit, it was devastating. I felt like I had failed as a Christian, as a career woman, and as a person. But here's what I learned. I hadn't failed at faith. I had been striving instead of abiding. I had been doing for God, but I wasn't settled in God. Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself unless it abides in the vine. So neither can you unless you abide in me. And the thing that finally helped wasn't another book or another sermon. It was coaching, not advice, not someone telling me what to do. Just a trained listener, adept at asking just the right questions to help me see what was actually going on inside and give me space to realign. Here's what I wish someone had told me 20 years ago. Exhaustion in longtime believers is often a sign of faithfulness, not failure. You've been carrying a lot. You've been giving a lot. And somewhere along the way, you may have forgotten that you are allowed to receive too. Jesus didn't say, "Come to me, all you who are weary, and I'll give you more to do." He said, "I will give you rest." But many of us don't know how to receive that rest. We've been in the do mode for so long that we don't know how to stop. That's where coaching can help, not by giving you a system, but by helping you see the internal patterns that keep you stuck in striving mode. So what does this mean for you? If you're tired after decades of faithful service, you don't need to push harder. You don't need another program. You might just need permission to slow down, to listen to your own heart, to let someone help you see what's been weighing you down. And here's the truth. Seeking support isn't a sign of weak faith. It's wisdom. Moses said to the Lord, I am not able to carry all this people alone because it is too burdensome for me. Elijah collapsed and needed God's tender care. But he, Elijah, himself went a day's journey into the wilderness and requested for himself that he might die. Not one of them was expected to be okay on their own. And we are called to help bear one another's burdens. Bear one another's burdens, and thereby fulfill the law of Christ. If you've been carrying a lot for a long time, I want you to hear this. You're not disappointing God by being tired. You're not less spiritual because you need help. You may simply be a faithful believer who's been running on self-reliance for too long, and it's time to let Christ carry what was never yours to bear. There's no shame in that, only grace. Cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you. If you'd like to learn more about my work, there's a link in the description. And if you want a simple habit that can help you move from striving to resting, I invite you to watch this video. He is before all things, and in Him all things hold together. When Christ is truly at the center, everything else finally finds its place in Him.